Hey, can y'all hear me? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Hey y'all. So I am literally sick of people thinking they can just say anything and then thinking that they can get away with it. Cause what are you actually gonna sue me for? You have no valid basis to sue me. No valid basis. And yeah, I did say that everybody is bigger than you. I did. I showed the numbers. And it is mind-boggling to me, absolutely mind-boggling to me, that for some odd reason you can speak on everybody else, but nobody can speak on you. And to Tui, shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up. He's saying he's another band in it. Well, Chef Don Don's in it. Giving you the real tea is in it. And it's just like y'all will accept anything just so y'all can have something to talk about. Because if you look at my content versus her content, she ain't got nothing. I showed that on my live. I just did a Raid of Love review last night. I just did 7 destinations this morning. So it's really mind-boggling to me that you're going to sue me for what? You're going to sue me for what, child? Really? And I mean, whatever you're going to say at 7:30, fuck you. Honestly, because I'm not the one in all these beefs. I'm not. And honestly, to tell you the truth, you can look through my content. I really haven't been talking about you. There's been Married to Medicine. There's been Real Housewives of Atlanta. There's been Nelly and Ashanti. There has been so much 90 Day Fiance, Hunt for Love. Also, too, Heart and Hustle Houston. But you're going to sue me, though. I don't know who you think you are, but you ain't nobody to nobody. Because you're the one that got your channel deleted from YouTube. Absolutely don't make no damn sense. Give me 1 minute, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Give me a moment. I'm still right here with y'all. So I'm out and about at Buffalo Wild Wings. But back to my point, Nikki News or Narcissism, who has been there for basically every single tour, she knows what I do. All of y'all know what I do. There was a point in time where I was on everybody's channel, showing love all the time. And not to mention, too, who the fuck are you to say who should be and should not be in somebody's chat? Sweet Essence has been defending me through and through. Many of the women that saw the bullshit that night, they said what needed to be said. Nobody sent me over there. You dropped the link, and I know that you don't know how to work StreamYard because you can't even hold your breath for at least 10 fucking damn minutes before trying to do a live. I've done over 1,000 shows by myself. Never really had any pounds. Not that pounds make or break a person, but I've broken out 2 shows, from the Oprah Winfrey Network, Heart and Hustle Houston, and the Never Ever Mets. And I interviewed Dr. Shania Horan. I've interviewed Aaron H. Diamond, also Millie and Josh. Okay. Also interviewed Sonny from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Meanwhile, you've interviewed 2 people, actually 3 people. But listen, you are talking to people associated with the show. I talked with people from the show. That's the difference between you and me. Number two, you let a 30-year-old mentally mollywop your ass on YouTube. Yeah, I did show the numbers. And every content creator that I have pulled basically is bigger than you. I mean, if the numbers are not the numbers, then you do the math. You and your subscribers go do the math. But I forgot. Those subscribers can never do what I do. Neither can you. That's why I challenged you to a live stream, Mal, but you won't take me up on that. So you're going to go live at 7:30 for what? To drag me some more, to roast me some more, this, that, and the third? Still I rise. That Kenya Moore live I did, it got me over to that 3,000 subscribers. And not to mention, too, for you saying that you're for women empowerment and stuff, I really never seen you do any women issues on your channel. Because Nikki News will tell you how many women's stories I have done on this channel. My audience is 50-50, men and women. I hit every age demographic on YouTube. I just talked about this morning how long form content is dominating YouTube. Give me one moment, y'all. Sorry, y'all, I'm going back and forth, but it really is agitating to me. And yeah, I did drop down Empress Radio's chat because guess what? I have the right to do that. And listen, I don't know how everybody views me on YouTube, but I do know how I view myself. I don't ever have to drag somebody down or to lift somebody else up. Never had to. I drag where it's necessary. I elevate where it's necessary. And it's really quite sad that we have a whole president that doesn't want us around, but yet it's our own people. So we do have Uncle Ruckuses and Auntie Rakisha's out here. And she's an Auntie Rakisha out here. Absolutely she is. I mean, honestly, like, it's not that difficult. And honestly, you know what? I'm going to redo the live that I did just to show your ass the numbers are the numbers. And you ain't going to do shit. You're not. Because guess what? If you do sue me, exactly, Bunny Ruckus. If you do sue me, do you not know I have people who will defend me? I got Nikki News on narcissism. I got Sweet Essence. I have plenty of people. Be Good also defended me. And also, too, do you know what you're going to have to do? You don't have to prove how I have stalked you. Because I've never been by your house, never been in your neighborhood, never been to your place of business at all. Also, too, you're going to have to prove how many times I've talked about you. Now, if you look at, and listen, if you look at my live streams, Nikki News, can you tell me how many of them talk about True T? Can you tell me how many talk about True T? I just want to know, because maybe I'm missing something. I think I've talked about more entrepreneurship, more true crime, more news, more theme park news. I'm just a little confused. Like, I've done deep dive lives on new ideas and concepts. Oh my God. Von Tell reached out to me to say thank you for showcasing eyewear. Wes McCoy said that they wanted to work with me. That's the first plus size jean brand in the world. I called a black jewelry company and say y'all should be on Beyond the Gates on CBS. You see how I'm able to list all this stuff off? Sincerely, you have to be out your ever-loving mind to think that you're going to get on me. Sincerely. Sincerely. You really do watch everybody, don't you? You say you don't. And didn't you just say that you didn't need no more evidence? But yet you upset with me though? I mean, sincerely, it is absolutely ridiculous. Give me a moment, y'all. Y'all like it? Sorry, y'all. Like I said, I am at Buffalo Wild Wings, so please forgive me. Actually, I'm gonna step outside for a minute so that way we can talk a little bit easier. Hey, my man, I'm gonna be outside for a minute. Just let me know when it's ready. But yeah, sincerely, like I said, it is mind-boggling to me that you are so upset by my existence that you're going to say this, that, and the third. And honestly, to tell you the truth, the crazy thing was some of y'all used to be over here. My Lord Jesus, like over 700,000 views and over 3,000 subscribers. You're at what? 2,250, 2,550 subscribers and 100,000 something views. That's that. I would say that's bigger. Empress Radio got 40,000 subscribers. Wednesday Talk has about 12,000 subscribers. All those are bigger to me than you. Not to mention your ass ain't even supposed to be on YouTube. So the fact that you would get that upset with me to let me know that you're going to sue me, okay, because it's going to be thrown out. Because when the judge sees my thumbnails versus your thumbnails, right? The judge is going to be like, you know what? Braylon hasn't really been bothering nobody. And you do realize every content creator that you've been picking on, right, does have evidence against you. And those content creators also know the content I do. Shay Renee knows me pretty damn good. Because when both our channels went down, I was talking to her every single day. When Venus got shut down, I was so pissed off. I did everything I could to get her back on the platform. See, I am who I say I am. If you do good, people see you're good. And the fact that you keep repeating that you're the greatest of all time, the great ones don't have to talk about themselves. They just show it. It is truly mind-boggling that you can say what you want to, but nobody else can. It is really fucking sad. It is really, really fucking sad. Really is, man. You know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of Maleficent. And when Maleficent got her wings clipped in the Angelina Jolie version of the movie, she was so upset that she took her anger out on Aurora, not recognizing it was misdirected anger. To have all this anger for somebody that really doesn't even talk about you is sad. It's quite sad. It is really, really quite sad. I wanted to come on here and say my piece because I'm going to have to move the live that I was going to do at 6 o'clock to 8:30 because I'm going to redo that live again. I'm going to redo that live again. And by the way, you said none of your paid content. You really ought to watch what you say. You said your paid content can't be shown. All the numbers that I pulled that night, they were the numbers. They were the exact numbers. And listen, I had nothing to do with your channel being taken down. Not one thing. There's been plenty of people, right, that might have said something about me. You can ask any content creator. Never struck, not one. Because I'm not about that. If you have to be so concerned to go after other people, you don't have nothing going on for you. Not a thing. Not a thing. Not a thing. Not a thing at all. Not a thing. Not a thing. I recently talked about COVID. That's back. That's surging. Talked about the Flint water crisis, how they finally got their water together. As you can hear, I'm outside enjoying my life. Sounds like some blues going on to me. And he is playing it high and loud. That's what I'm doing. You hear that? That's real life. You know, Life Jennings says something really important. He said, when the rim stops spinning and all the gold digging women disappear, she'll still be here. I know when the rims stop for me and everybody who ain't supposed to be here ain't here, I know who will still be here for me. Question is, who wants to be around you? To have this many beefs that are one-sided is sad. It is absolutely sad. That is. Can y'all still hear me? Okay. But yeah, like I said, it is quite sad that, you know, I say something out my mouth and then you want to sue me. Okay. Okay. And it's like for a federal crime. You know how many YouTube lawsuits have been thrown out of court? And guess what? Everybody knows about my backup channel, Vault Culture. It's streaming on there right now. Vault Culture is my only backup channel. Everybody knows that. Because when I went through with Shay Renee, everybody said, Brian, you should get a backup channel. And I did. That's the only other channel. Your mind is really warped to being a dumbass bitch. And I thought you said you wasn't going to respond to niggas. Looks like you being a hypocrite your damn self. You're not going to respond, but yet you responded to me. See, if you really were this big, bad, and bold and everything in between, you would be moving on. You really would. Man. I'm not defined by a fandom. I'm not defined by how many people are around me. I'm not defined by how elevated I am. And not to mention, too, you said in your live, ain't nobody talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, but yet you're reviewing the show. That's what you said, right? Right? Okay. Okay. That's what you said. Okay. Okay. Child, it is what it is. Is what it is. So whatever you got, I'm gonna be just fine. Because here's the thing: what you are doing is going to backfire on you. Because everybody who knows me on YouTube, they see the content. They do. I put out new content every single day. And what's going to end up happening is you're going to say, Braylon's this, that, and the third, and you already said what you said on your, what was it called? Album that was only heard by a small group of people. That small group of people can't nominate you for the Grammys. I mean, to exalt yourself to this high of a level, you sound like Icarus, that you're flying too close to the sun. You know what happened to Icarus? He fell down and died. Oh, my Lord Jesus. It's sad, man. It's really, really sad. It is really, really sad. Hey, y'all, I'm just chilling. I'm just responding. Because it's just like, really, though? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. So because I had something to say, you gonna sue me? Okay. 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 You said that last week should be the week that we shouldn't say nothing, but yet you didn't do anything. You're the one who said it was hard to put out content. If you're really that big and bad, why aren't you on your website all the time, but yet you keep coming back to YouTube? You know how much you're flip-flopping? Sincerely. And it's like with Queen Liz, it's so funny how y'all give yourself these superlatives, but yet you don't move like it. With the one view, child, the last live I just did got like what, 16 views? That's more than one. And like I said, 752,000 total views. That's a lot more than one view. Hey, boss. Thank you, my man. Hey, appreciate you, man, for helping me out with that. And I hope that they can get that situated because honestly, on the app, it said that you can order it offline. So, you know, and honestly, it's a good deal because you can get 2 burgers or 10 or 20 wings for $20. But they say claim that it's specified that it's right. All right. Right. They come there nose and spite their face, brother. Right. All right, man. Love you as always, man. Be easy. So, and yes, you did hear me say, you know, I love him because he is a black man and I'm a black man. A lot of times, y'all, what tends to happen in life is that people get themselves so caught up into trying to do wrong by people just so they can overshadow. How do I put this? Because Dr. Phil said something about outrageous overshadowing, which is basically when you try to say, look what they did, look what they did, but then they want to still get away with their behavior. And honestly, to tell you the truth, there's a theory called cultivation theory. The more you view something, the more you become that. So if you watch negativity, you watch hate, if you watch toxicity, then you're going to become that. But if you watch positivity, if you watch joy, if you watch love, then you're going to become that. I am literally out and about. Got me 6 free birthday wings from Buffalo Wild Wings. Also got me 10 extra wings. So I got like what, 16 wings for like $17. That's my day today. So, like I said, I'm on my way home now. But when I do get home, just know I'm going to redo that live just for your bitch ass. just for you. I'm going to pull up the numbers you got versus every content creator. Because I guess you didn't see it the first time. Your numbers increased a little bit, but they ain't got no weight. No weight at all. And you know, I really do feel bad because in the way that I'm moving, I know blessings are coming to me because I'm moving like a blessing. You really think that God is going to allow you to grow with the hate that's inside you? Because this is a hate at this point. It really is a hate. My mom said something to me a long time ago. She said, money and circumstances don't change you. It just amplifies what's already there. So I hear you talk about more about the money you lost than the platform you lost. There are journalists who have died in Gaza, that have died in Russia, that have died here, there, and everywhere just to report on the news. Anderson Cooper, at 19 years old, at 10 years old, got a fake press pass, got onto a plane, dropped in a war zone, and covered a war. There's a fight right now for Black women and the maternity and morality rates right now. Women's right to access to their bodies was taken away by white men. And you do realize that whatever we don't confront, we allow. And it's crazy because I would assume she has some nephews, some cousins, some uncles that she would raise them to say, hey, stand up for what's right. Don't allow bullying to dictate you. Don't allow what somebody says about you determine how you move. So I would assume if you raise them with that mentality, that you wouldn't be upset with how they move. But because they're not doing that, you're going to do that to somebody else who does know who they are? Woo. You know, Big Luther was right. A house is not a home. Because in order to make it a home, is what you feel inside that home. Is who you allow into your space. Truly. Imagine waking up every day knowing that you could be free to be whoever you want to be, but yet you wake up in misery every day because you don't see nothing possible for yourself. Nothing possible for yourself. Not a thing. Not a thing. Not a thing. You know, I remember when Gabby Douglas, no, it wasn't Gabby Douglas, it was Simone Biles. I remember when Simone Biles wanted to take a break from gymnastics. And everybody said to her, oh, you should take a break this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, they couldn't do a fifth quarter or a half of what she did on that balance beam. Everybody got on to her for her decision making when it was her decision. Truly, you're what, 50 something years old? And you're closer to the end of your life than the beginning of your life. And this is what you want to do with it. You're closer to the end of your life than the beginning of your life. And this is what you want to do with it. Once again, you are closer to the end of your life than at the beginning of your life. You don't have a second chance to reverse the clock. I've always said you cannot ask for construction when you've caused destruction. And I have been minding my business, absolutely. You can tell that from the lives. All of them, all 1,000 of them have always been about hot topics, or we call them destinations. Every article that I've ever done, I've showcased my sources. So I know I haven't said nothing factually wrong. And like I said too, you're the one that got your channel taken away. Not me, not Caramel Real, not When They Talk, not any of us. And honestly, do you really want your obituary to say she was a YouTuber? Or do you want your obituary to say she was a great mom? She was a great grandmother. She helped the soup kitchens. I remember when it was winter and she gave me a kit so that way I wouldn't be cold. See, you so concerned about getting back at everybody, you cutting your own self off of what could be for you. I'm actually enjoying this walk today. Because the powerful thing about walking is you got to put one foot in front of the other to keep going. You really do. And there's a song from Mary Mary that says, I just can't give up now. I've come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me the road would be easy. There we go. Can y'all still hear me? Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Nobody told me the road would be easy, but God didn't bring me this far to leave me. Everybody does not deserve to be in your space. Not everybody deserves to be in your space. And when people no longer have access to you, that's when it becomes a problem. And the reason why that access becomes a problem is because they thought they had control of you. Some people will paint out a masterpiece so horrible just so that way they can get other people to view it. But the gag is there's a whole art gallery of different masterpieces. You have a coloring book mindset. That's the picture in the coloring book, and you can't do nothing outside the lines. So basically everybody who said, no, I'm going to get a canvas, I'm going to do what I want to do, you're upset with them. You're upset with them. Man. Truly is sad. Truly is sad. Okay, we Gucci. Okay. You know, you also talk about, too, how people weren't loved growing up. The question is, were you ever loved growing up? Because it's amazing how you can tell how everybody else been loved, but yet you never talk about anything positive from your own childhood. My mom celebrated a birthday on the 20th. God bless us all. My parents, they've been married for 25 years. 25 years, that's 2 decades and a half of love. I remember I remember when I would go to work with my dad on night shift and to see him work IT, that's information technology. And I would be on the floor with him, and there's this suction cup tool that I'll pull up this tile. My dad would literally go in and he would work on the wires. My mom always been a daycare worker. And you know what moved me about my mom? She loved every single kid as if it was her own. Every single one of them. My mom always has a faith that I don't have. My dad has a stick-to-itiveness that sometimes I wish I had in myself. My sister, oh my gosh, she's wicked smart. Absolutely wicked smart. Ask her anything about Marvel, she's got it. Brilliant makeup artist. You see how I'm able to list off the good things in life? But yet y'all over there all the time. Has she ever mentioned anything good from her life at all? At all? Does she ever talk about her kids' accomplishments? Has she ever said anything good that she's done? I mean, if you say you're bigger than people, I would think, listen, maybe you got connections to talk to people in your hometown to bring them on your YouTube channel. Now, follow what I'm saying here, right? You don't have to have connections in your hometown to interview somebody on your YouTube channel. You don't have to know high up people in order to have an interview. But you went live more about the hell you supposedly went through rather than using your platform for good. As many times as you've pressed your button, there could have been a Black Entrepreneurship Friday on your channel. Just say, hey, guess what? If you're a Black entrepreneur, come on up. I'll interview you for 20 minutes. Take those and make those videos. No, you didn't do that. You can do that right now. You won't, though. I think about the Little Rock Nine. 9 black kids that went into a school called Central High that gave myself, you, and everybody around the world that is black a chance to get an education. And it saddens me that in 2025, some people have squandered their opportunity to rise up to be better. They wasted that opportunity to drag others down. You do realize there's a song that says everybody plays the fool sometimes, no exception to the rule. You have to have a villain so you can have a story to tell. And you notice you're the only person telling that story about me. You notice that, right? You notice that Empress Rayo can't tell that story about me. Wintake Talk can't tell that story about me. Caramel Row can't tell that story about me. All the content creators, they can't say Yeah, I stalked them. They can't say I was an intruder. They can't say that I've made a lie about them. Because guess what? You know what's going to happen if you do this? I say if, because I think you're using gaslighting and word manipulation for you to put fear in the people. You know, giants, they do fall. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. God did a whole flood to reset the world. In the lion's den, the lions did not eat Joseph. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. It may form, but it's not going to prosper. Always do say that everybody will meet their opponent in life eventually. I do say that. That includes me. But here's the gag. Everybody who meets their opponent is usually a bigger opponent than the one you're trying to face. Because I'm not your biggest opponent. I'm not. None of these content creators are your biggest opponent. The only person that you are in a fight with is the life that you don't have. Sincerely. Sincerely. One of my mom's all-time favorite shows is Touched by Angel. Ooh, I like that light blue. That is nice. That's a nice CT5. Like I said, my mom, she loves Touched by Angel. When you walk down the road, heavy burden, I'll walk with you. When the sun don't even shine, walk with you every time. Baby, I'll walk with you. And I remember the story Della Reese said, God rest that woman's soul, who was the first African American talk show host. That's right, she had a talk show before Oprah Winfrey. And she talked about Rona, who is married to Mark Brunette. And I'm trying not to get emotional about it, but Della Reese lost her daughter. And this was a drama, right, on network television. So they had a certain amount of days to shoot. And Rona wanted to go with Della Reese. And Della Reese said, no, Angel Girl, you go back and you do what you're supposed to do. Rona said, no, you need somebody. I am with you. You know, I know Della Reese probably didn't have the most perfect life, but she utilized what she had to give what she could. And she did that by recognizing, while I may not have the circumstances I want, doesn't mean I can't be something. I always make myself a yes when everyone else says no. So I'm not worried. I'm really not. Not worried at all. Really not. And you know, truly, how you honestly come up with these stories in your head is ridiculous. You are a public figure, correct? And if you were smart, keywords, if you were smart, you would probably go around to some music YouTubers who do music reviews and say, hey, review my album. Because there are people who will do that. But see, you're not really about anything. You're really not. Because noise equals attention, sound equals purpose. Noise equals attention, sound equals purpose. You know, sometimes in life, I do wonder sometimes about other parts of the world. I've only been able to see parts of the world because of YouTube. I've only been able to see parts of the world because of storytellers. I've only been able to see parts of the world because the world was open enough to make itself available. And while I've never been out of the country, I've always said this. I believe that the world we live in overseas cares a lot more about their culture than we do. We are more quick to tear down than lift up. We are more quick to say what someone should and should not be doing rather than saying what's wrong here. Think about Congressman John Lewis, what that man had to go through on Bloody Sunday. All those people had to go through on that Selma Bridge. Told y'all this story before that my mom, she made me and my sister and my dad too. My dad and my mom made me and my sister watch 12 Years a Slave. I didn't know how I feel about it at first because I'm like, what the world am I supposed to do with this? And this was way before. Thank you, Mama. This was way before all of this that's going on right now. What's going down? And my mom said, Braylon, I understand that you are upset, you're hurt, you're frustrated, you're angry, you're pissed, all that. But don't let your anger cloud your judgment of everybody who did not look like us, who fought for us. So I'm very proud to say at 31 years old, I know that not every woman is like you. I'm proud to say that the women I know, while they may never be famous, they're more than enough famous to me because they don't have to do anything to exist. They move in their movement of being. My big mom, it's her every damn day. Some days I wish she was here, but I know she's better in heaven than down here. One of the things we would do is we would go to Long John Silver's. Just me and her. Spend time together. While I never knew everything that was going on with her, I always knew she loved me. Sure, she was here. She would fill in the gaps for me over what I wasn't able to see. But in the same token, that thing of staying in a child's place, it's not to down any child, it's to protect them. I thank God for my big mama's protection. I also thank God for the love that she did give me while she had to give. Think about my uncle, God rest his soul. When we talked about Hulk Hogan, I gave y'all a story, right? About about how Monday nights would be Monday Night Raw on USA Network. Now WWE is everywhere. It's on Peacock. It's on ESPN. It's on Netflix. It's everywhere, right? Also, just like the NFL is everywhere, and NBA is too. But that's besides the point. My uncle, he would be down there in the living room Monday nights watching Monday Night Raw. But no matter whatever happened in his life, he never forgot the assignment. Never forgot the assignment. As part of the cavalry for the bishop he served. And I remember his funeral. And I remember when he moved me in at Arkansas Tech University in Russellville, Arkansas. Shout out to that great university. If you got kids, Arkansas Tech is a great college. In Russellville, Arkansas, it is great. And I remember him, my aunt, my cousins, a couple other people moved me in. And, when you move into college, you get a mailbox number. And in his casket is that number of that mailbox that I had at Arkansas Tech. Because I wanted him to know when he got to heaven, he'll always have a piece of me. I may not be where I want to be in my life, but I know good to fuck damn well that nobody determines my heaven or hell. Not no man, not no woman, not no individual, not no place, not no thing, not no idea, concept, or any such a thing. But I determine my destiny. I said something to Talking Shit with Shayna in the chat, since you want to bring that up. As a man thinketh, so is he. Last time I checked, big girls rule the world. Last time I checked, Lizzo, she did her motherfucking thing. Ashley Graham, Sabria Majors, Nzinga Amani. And you know what really makes me sad? Is that you have such a weird obsession about body image that makes me wonder, do you even speak like that to your family members? I mean, God forbid if a family member tries to bring something heavy to you, because I feel like you would tear them down before ever lifting them up. I think sometimes in life, people really forget that they feel like the engine is the most important thing. And it is, but without the steering wheel, you can't move in any direction. I think True T has been driving reckless for years with her soul. And she thinks that she's the engine. But she's been in so many mentally and soulfully car accidents that she feels like she can go to the body shop and get her soul repaired. The problem is, there's only so many repairs you can do to your body. There's only so many repairs you can do to your soul. There's only so many repairs you can do to your mind. Hey, doggy. Hey. You know why they have new models? Because in order for all the pieces to work, all the parts have to work. That's where there are new models every year. I remember my uncle's Silverado, Chevy 1500. And I'm not talking about these new Silverados that look like Hot Wheel trucks. Oh no. This truck right here was all metal. All metal. It had the big black Chevrolet letters. And it was a stick. And the horn was Chevrolet on the horn with two orange stripes at the bottom. I remember many mornings when we would all go to church together as a family. I would be at the back of that truck, burgundy interior and everything else. We got a gas station in West Little Rock, and it has McDonald's inside. I don't know if it's still there or not, but every time I got there, I just wanted my sausage McGrills and a cinnamon melt, man. And the best time I ever had with my uncle was not at church, was not when I was at his house, but it was any time that I was with him, because he always made space for me. Like I've been saying to y'all, that story of the storehouse has been my story for a while. That woman was so afraid of losing everything in her storehouse. I understood why, because when you work for something, you're afraid of losing it. Not because of the amount of stuff, but because of the hard work it takes to get all that stuff. And so God said, well, wait a minute. Wait one second. If I made this storehouse and I made all this stuff to store in your house, and I made you, and I made a job for you to get this stuff, don't you think I can do more? There is going to come a point in time where you're at the end of your life, and believe me, when it's time to go home, there's no reverse card that you can use. My mom says this to me all the time. Bray, everybody on YouTube is not going to be around you when it's all over. It's going to be your mom, it's going to be your dad, it's going to be your sisters, your brothers, your wife, your kids, maybe a few close people. But don't you ever get in your head that you're bigger than anybody and nobody's bigger than you. It's almost been a full hour. I'm almost home. Sincerely, I'm glad I went live. And I know for some of the people in the bushes, they're like, damn, Braylon really is holding his own for a full hour speaking about his life. That's because I choose to remember the blessings that have came before me and came upon me and that I've received. You know, Star Jones said, I don't know what the future holds, but I do know who holds the future. So, wherever you got, okay. Because then what? Then what? Because you're going to complain about something tomorrow and complain about something tomorrow and complain about something tomorrow. As I get ready to wrap up here, because I am almost home. I'll leave y'all with a very powerful story. One of my aunts, love her to death, man. She was rummaging through somebody's house and taking stuff out the pantry. It was funny, very funny. But my mom said something I'll never forget. She said, "Ray, your hand works two ways. If you close your hand, you can't give anything. But when you open your hand, you can." I think a lot of people like to have closed hands in life, and they never recognize that the more they close their hands, the more they lose their frequency of activity to be able to open their hands to receive anything. Oh, man. Oh, man. Beautiful day in the neighborhood, isn't it? Oh, man. So let me get in this house, my place, my dwelling, whatever you want to call it. And I'll see y'all at 6 o'clock. Because we're going to do that live all over again about the Dumbas. Like she said, any paid content. And by the way, didn't you say you were suing YouTube and Google? I would think that utilizing Google and YouTube would make your lawsuit null and void. I would think that would do it. Almost. So, man. Steve Harvey said, "I was who I was, I am who I am, I'm cool with both." Always remember, he or she who has not sinned cast the first stone. Looks like your glass house can be just as broken. And I'm not saying I'm perfect by no means. No means at all. But at least I own up to mine. In every which way. In every which way. All right, y'all. I'm at the house. I'll see y'all at 6 o'clock. One love, much love, all love. I feel love. Send it right back to you. Y'all have a good one.